about boxing, y'all already know. Testing, testing. Yeah, testing, testing. Boo Boo Andre's chin, where is it? Boo Boo, where's your chin? Come out and play. So, oh, Boo Boo, Boo Boo. Nah, I'm just kidding around. They call that daring to be great syndrome. I mean, sometimes people fail. I mean, Canelo failed. He tried to go up a little bit too high. Come on, you fighting Floyd Mayweather at 147, you're gonna try to go up to 175 and beat uh, Bivol because you got over on the other guy. Koval, you got over on Kovalov, so you figure you can go up and do it again. Find yourself a real one that didn't take the payment, one who didn't get paid. Yeah. Been some crazy games lately in football. I don't know. Talking about football. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Kansas City. I don't know how they pulled that one off though. Yeah, they came back. But there's been some weird. I don't know. There's some weird stuff happening in football. Not gonna cover football and call everything conspiracies or whatever. But hey, sports is weird. Yeah. So Shakur is supposed to be fighting Ryan Garcia somehow, or whatever. Yeah. At least that's what I'm hearing. I mean, things is popping up. I'm just going through the things. Canelo's supposed to be facing Munguia, I think, right? Yeah. But Canelo ain't fighting. I don't think Canelo's gonna fight Monster. He can beat him though. A lot of people think that Benavidez will beat him easy or whatever, or beats him. I don't know. I think it's kind of a. I think the style is not that great for what uh, Benavidez does. I don't know if you can just use that kind of aggression on Canelo. Canelo can get out the way pretty good. Um, all those uppercuts and all that. I don't know if that the fast speed. One thing about Canelo, that fast speed shit. You see what happened with. I'm not trying to compare him with Khan, but Khan had a lot of speed. You see what that fast speed does, though. Canelo is getting smarter um, at countering certain stuff. He's not as smart as Mayweather was. Because Mayweather, he would just, and Tank is pretty good at it. Tank is real good at it too. What they do, they watch you do certain stuff over and over, even though they do stuff over and over, but they watch you do stuff over and over, and they get you. I remember when Ricky Hatton and Mayweather fought. I remember Mayweather was doing the same thing over and over. Like he threw a whole lot of check hooks at Ricky Hatton, and Ricky Hatton just was so aggressive that he never really adjusted. So he just figured, he's missing with the hook, he's missing with the hook. And you get tired, you get fatigued, and you forget your defense is not as good. And so you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Yep. And then you get caught. And that's exactly what ends up happening. You end up getting caught. That's one thing about even with Crawford. Crawford is he's good at catching you coming in. That's the one thing. You're aggressive. And that's why, that's one reason that Earl was an easier fight for him. One reason. But that's not the reason. I really feel it. I don't think because of the pressure. Because he is good at countering pretty quick. But I don't think Earl is really slow. I just think I don't know. Nothing was there. Yeah. But one thing we'll see in this, for our boxing is concerned, is we're going to see who fights who and what's coming up next. We're supposed to be getting all these great fights and good fights. I don't know. This is nothing impressing me right now. What about Matias? Is he fighting soon? I'd like to see that little guy fight. Hmm. Yeah, that's one thing I'd like to see. Okay. We still got all these fights that's not happening. We got a couple of fights that are happening, and we got some fights that aren't happening. So I don't know. They're not making the. I don't know. They're not making it big enough. I'm sorry. The prize is not big enough right now. The prize is just not big enough. We gotta get some bigger prizes in this boxing. We gotta get some bigger fights, so we can get some bigger prizes. Not necessarily for us. We don't need, because they're going to be crying about their money or whatever. Yeah, but we just need to get you guys in there, and we need to get like bigger prizes, because if we got bigger prizes, then of course we got bigger things to talk about. We can get excited about boxing again, if that can ever really happen. I don't know. A lot of you guys are so complacent. You guys love just any little thing. Oh, we've been getting great fights and this and that and blah blah blah. Man, we ain't getting great fights like that. And you gotta realize you're supposed to have more talent now, so we're not getting the fights. Yeah, we're not getting all these so-called great fights that we need to get. But we need to get some more fights. You got to have a couple of like big, headliners that put in the work. And I'm not saying this last card didn't have like the headliners, but I don't know. Did they really put in the work, or was it really something? I mean, everybody more or less knew what was going to happen. The older Benavidez didn't do too bad, right? Also, he did pretty good. But I can't really give him that kind of credit. That credit really has to go to Charlo, because Charlo been having all kinds of like a world of issues and stuff, and he's back doing what he's back doing what he do. So that's one thing we can say about that. He's back doing what he does. So far, we can see he's back doing what he does. So I don't know how good. I don't know how well this particular fight has marketed him, but nonetheless, he did. He got the fight. He accomplished and did what he had to do, which was get the W. And that's what you got to do in this boxing game. You got to keep those W's coming in. I just want to see what goes on with this Tyson Fury. That's what I want to see what goes on. Yeah, that's all. All I want to see is what goes on with this Tyson Fury. What goes on? Is he really going? I don't know. Man, I'm sorry, man. The heavyweight picture is just a mess, man. There's just nobody there. Nobody home. We gotta see what Anderson does. We gotta see who else. The heavyweight picture is a bunch of old heads now. That's what they call them, right? Old heads. Joshua, Wilder, now Fury. I mean, we need new faces. I'm sorry, heavyweight picture. We need new faces. The welterweight picture, we kind of need new faces. They're gone. The welterweight picture, welterweights in the last 2 years have disappeared in the welterweight division. After all the shit that has been going on, the welterweight picture gill is gone. Everybody's gone. All the welterweights is gone, man. 147. Name some 147s. I see you out there, though, brother. Yeah, so name some 147s, man. What's up, Eagles Web? I've been looking for Lala D. You seen her? No. You guys know. But I don't care. You guys know, I'll go with your pick sometime. I'll go with Keith sometime. I was glad I didn't go with Keith against Pacquiao, though. Woo. But should I go with Keith? I go with other people. It don't matter to me, man. It's all fun and games, man. Yeah, but a lot of these, she probably hiding out. Keith, there you go, Keith Thurman. 147. Who at 147 right now, man? Let's see. Ugas is probably gone. More than likely, Ugas is gone. Ugas. Garcia. Danny Garcia. This is all happening within the last year or two. Danny Garcia. Gone. Who else? Sean Porter. Sean Porter is gone. This is in the last 2-3 years. Remember Lamont tried to come back or whatever? Lamont Peterson. But he's been gone a little while. He's been gone longer than the rest of them. Lamont Peterson is gone. Who's the other guy? Stan Jonas and Boots. But who else? I mean, who's gone though? The guy from South Africa. What's his name? Is it South Africa or New Zealand? I think two places. Oh no, New Zealand. I forget his name. Wrong. He's gone. The guy from England. Oh, okay. And Chris Algieri is gone. Chris Algieri, he's gone. So whole new pictures. And the guy from down there, he's gone. Who else? We know Mikey was only there for a second. So Mikey Garcia, been gone. Mikey Garcia, been gone. So out of the last, yeah, there you go, Kell Brook. Kell Brook got beat up out. Kell Brook got beat up out the thing. Uh, Amir Khan. Amir Khan. You ain't got to hear about Amir Khan no more. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 well, and these are all well knowns too. Ugas, well known. Not that highly well known. Danny Garcia, pretty well known. Porter, well known. Peterson, well known. Algieri, pretty much well known. Mikey Garcia, well known. Brook, real well known. Khan, real well known. Yep, Brook. Yep. Keith, the last of the dying breed. Yeah, Keith. if you could, hey, Gil, drag his ass up in the ring. Drag Keith's ass up in the ring and get him a fight. You got to drag Keith's ass up in that ring, man. What is he actively searching? You keep up with him. That's your boy, right? Are you actively keeping up with him? What is he doing? Like, Keith, what the F is you doing, son? Yeah, I finally got it. I got a new manufacturer for my my pullovers and my zip up hoodies. So it's a nice. It's actually Gildan. The label is Gildan. They're using the Gildan. I didn't used to like Gildan, but they're using the Gildan. I think the black and gray. They're using the Gildan black and gray label. So the Gildan black and gray label is a good label. It's not like the regular white label. That white label is not. That's just basic. But the black and gray label, that's a good label. Anytime you get the black labels and stuff, you're doing good. That's good. You probably got a good label in your clothes though. Yeah, but okay. Oh, Keith. Keith ain't trying to do nothing. Keith just trying to make sure his marriage stay together right or whatever. I don't know. I ain't trying to speak on that man's marriage. And Bud trying to scare everybody. Bud think he the boogeyman. I want to see Bud go on Mike Tyson's show and act like he gonna beat up Mike Tyson. Since he want to beat up on everybody. And Mike Tyson's an old man. So called. You know, I was looking back. I don't know why this came up, yo. I was looking back at, and you realize, God dang, that George Foreman, he's in good health, like, and he took some, when he got older, man, his face was swelling up so bad. You know, he only got swelled up a little bit, like, during his career when he was younger. But when he got older, his face was just swelling up. And I just looked at, I didn't even know, I didn't remember, I don't know if you remember that his last fight was against Shannon Briggs. And he was putting in some work, man. He was clocking Shannon Briggs. He was taking some punishment, but Big George just be standing there like, man, you cannot, George Foreman, you don't knock George Foreman, man. He came back when he was older. He came back older with that little cross-arm defense or whatever, but he was still getting hit. His mind was so sharp, man. He could take punches, man. These guys, they couldn't hurt George, man. And the thing about it is, the thing about you can't hurt George. He's gonna hit you back. Even when he got older, you definitely was gonna get hit back. Gildan white tees are better than Hanes and Fruit of the Loom. Oh, Gildan white tee. Yeah, the white tees are okay, but I'm saying that's a basic label though. The white tees are a basic label, and I didn't want to get in trouble, but yeah, it's one. I think I mentioned this before. I'll let you figure out what it is. It's one that starts with an A. Oh, actually, it's two that start with an A. And I don't want to go grab one. There's two that start with an A. I think it was two of them that start with an A. And their basic label is, I'm talking about, their basic label is garbage. I mean, when I say garbage, I mean like gar. I mean, they put the gar in garbage. That label, Talking about washing. You can't. They like that fabric that they use or whatever. It hates to be washed. Because I'm sitting there, I washed mine, and I'm quite sure a few times that I washed them on the very first wash. It was like I know moths eat wool, but it was like moth holes all in the clothes. Like I got attacked by moths. I'm like, oh wow. Just spent this good money. And see, the thing is, it's not. It's the T-shirt brand. Is that's the issue. But see, the thing is when you're going to support somebody, you're going to support somebody because they got their label out there. And I see them advertise, that people can get, cheaper shirts or whatever. But nah, I want to endorse your brand. I want to endorse you and help you to grow, because I do that all the time. But I'm not. If you got certain labels, I'm probably gonna just donate or whatever. If I could donate, I'd rather just donate, because it ain't nothing like having a nice shirt or something like that, nice fly shirt, that's unusable. Because basically that's what it ends up being, unusable. You can't do shit with it. It's like, I can't. What am I gonna do with this? One hitter shirts. Use it one time and that's it. That's crazy, crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard from Lala D. I think she put up videos, but she probably talking about something else. I don't I don't know. I've been working, man. I gotta work. Yeah, I gotta go to work in a little bit again. So yeah. Oh, Lala D. Yeah. Poor Lala. I went with her, and she's one thing she can't take if those guys lose fights. I think out of all her guys, out of all her guys, I think what would hurt her the most, I think not Bud and not Boo Boo, but I think what would hurt her the most is Shakur. Once he gets stopped by Tank, if he ever gets a fight with Tank, I don't even think that can happen now. What do you think? I don't think Shakur can't get no big fights now. This boy, he didn't killed this. He killed his career, man. He has to fight like 4 or 5. He has to devastate like 4 fighters. If he devastate 2, nobody's gonna believe him. He got to devastate like 4 fighters, 3 or 4 fighters, or something like that in a row. He got to do it quick too. He got to devastate some fighters, because if he don't devastate some fighters, man, I can't see him. He already getting clowned. They like, man, please, you a bum. You don't deserve. You don't deserve 10%. You don't. You barely deserve 10%. God dang. And then Take always comes back clapping and stuff. So Take came back and told Haney that's what he deserved, but he actually he took his tweet down. That's what I like about Haney, because Haney just come back playing. I mean, he just stupid. He remind you. I don't know. I don't have nobody like that in my life right now, so that's why I like him. Because I don't have nobody to mess around that much. I got one guy, but I don't see him that much. He's really stupid. He's always telling me that. He's always telling me how much anger issues I had when we played basketball. I was like, nah. He said, you always want to fight somebody. I said, no, I never want to fight nobody. Not like that. He said, I ain't never seen you fight. I said, because I don't fight no more. So you won't see me fight. You see me fighting, that means I messed up. If you see me fighting, I really didn't got myself them worked up, man. I ain't trying to fight people like that. And plus, I don't even fight. Like, not like that. I don't fight like that. Because if I fight you, it's not gonna be good for either one of us. Yeah, but he's always giving me a hard time. I guess because he's actually he's from another country, so he don't understand the way that a lot of times we just talk on the basketball court. It's like psychological. You got to get in somebody's head too when you're playing, especially if you're gonna get tired. Shit, I might get tired out there, so I'm gonna talk shit to make them work harder than what they have to. Shit. I used to try to show my, I try to show how my stamina. I said I used to try to show my stamina by playing like the full court on you. Like I'd be pressing you on defense, bumping you. I'd be all over you like to make you tired out. Shit, but I wouldn't be good for that. I'd be good for like one round. I'd be good for a couple of rounds of doing that tight defense, and then I'd back off. I gotta back off you. I can't stay up there. Yeah, people too hard on Shakur's last performance. Shakur's still a top level fighter, and that's not, and that's probably not something that I'm even going to dispute. But he's not going to get the. I'm talking about him getting fights, though, Gil. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about him getting some fights, like some fights we need to. He wanted to get paid from Haney, and then he comes out and does this. Come on now, you got to think about that. You can't tell me you ain't messing up your money if you come out and fight like that. Because you got other people. You got champions there. You think everybody's hard on him, but you got Andre Ward on him. You got a lot of people on him. These ain't just bums that's talking about him. These aren't just bums. If they was all bums, it'd be something different. But they're not bums. All the ones that's mentioned, all the ones that have his name in their mouth, they're not bums. And so we could talk about Shakur all the time, and we could say that Shakur is he's still a top level fighter. I don't care. He could be a top level fighter, but I don't see. I'm not supposed to be caring about his money. He got to be caring about his money. He got to secure his own bag. But I don't think he's gonna get the. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Now some people want to fight him, but he's not gonna get the money. He's really not gonna get the money now. I'm just saying, in other words, in order to secure him getting some money, he's gonna have to come back and he's gonna have to do some damage. And yes, he's not gonna secure the bag. And I think Shakur worries too much about what people think of him. He does. He's young. He does. He thinks he gets in these little fights back and forth with people like. And see, that's why I like the way that Tank does. If I told you, because Tank just clown. Tank don't care. Tank comes back and he say whatever he wants to, and then he goes about his business. He let everybody else take it serious. Like they gonna take it serious. He lets everybody else take it serious. Then he don't take it serious. He's like, I'm about that action. He's about a whole different kind of action where these guys, they take it all serious and stuff. No, but I didn't read. I don't know if you read about it, but they were saying even his promotion and the television platform for him was just like all frowned up and stuff. So it's like if you leave a bad taste in your promotion's mouth and you leave a bad taste in the broadcast, the ones that's going to broadcast you, if you leave a bad taste in their mouth, then I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say for you. I'm not going to sit there and defend you. Oh, yeah, he tried. It was good effort. I'm not. They don't want to hear that kind of shit because you know what? They dealing with money now. And you got people on social media making more money than these fighters are making. And they just on social media, especially those girls. I seen this girl. This girl makes, I don't know, some young girl. She makes like close to more than $250,000 a year. And you looked at her, you wouldn't even, you're like, yeah, how's she making more than $250,000 a year? And she sells pictures of her feet. Come on. This is what the world has come to, where somebody like that is making just as much money or more money than some doctors that this girl is making. All she does is show pictures of her feet. That's just where we are. And we need to get better than that. We got to get above that. You mean all you got to do is show pictures of your feet and you like that? Yeah. I'm like that and all I do is show pictures of my feet. Yeah. We heard the same thing, stuff about Floyd being, oh. Let me go back. I got to go into the stream to see what you wrote. Oh, saying stuff being boring too. No. But the difference between Shakur, now think about it, Gil. The difference between Shakur and Mayweather, there's a huge lot of differences. But the thing is, people hated Mayweather. People don't hate Shakur. They don't like Shakur. That's the difference if you don't like somebody. They don't like Shakur. They don't like Shakur enough to be like supporting them. See, the difference between not liking and hate is when people hate something, they want to see it. You know what I mean? And so if people hate something, that means I want to see it. Oh, I hate that. I want to see it. If you don't like something, you don't want nothing to do with it. But if you hate something, especially if it's on one side or another, like if it's in a combat sport and you don't like somebody, like you hate them, then you have to go there. Ali was hated. So Ali was loved and hated. You see what I mean? So it's a difference. So he was loved and hated. So that means you're going to go watch the fight because he's loved and hated. If he was just loved and then not liked, they wouldn't have came to see him. So Shakur might be loved, but he's not liked. But if he had like a few more, like you say, for instance, he had 10 more fights and he was, didn't lose no fights or something like, then he might be able to get to the hate status. So if he can get to the hate status, then he'll pick up the money. You're not gonna pick up the money if somebody don't like you. If somebody hates you, you're gonna pick up the money. Because not liking doesn't sell. Hating sells. I don't know if you understand what I just said, or if that makes sense to you or not. But hate sells. Hate has always sold. Hate has always been like a big seller. Not liking, that's not a big seller. But hating, yeah. But hating is a seller. But like I said, that not liking is just, oh, I don't like them. So if somebody don't like you, they don't F with you. But if somebody hates you, they F with you, excuse me, to see you get destroyed or something. Mm-hmm. That's why they mess with you. They mess with you because they want to see something happen to you. Oh, I need to, ooh. It hurts them if they don't see something happen to you. Like they want to see something happen to you so bad. Like, oh, please. Please let him get destroyed somehow. Please. They pray. They pray. They pray. They want you destroyed so bad that they pray like, oh, please let him get hurt and let him get severely hurt somehow. Please. They just beg because they want you. They want you out of their boss. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference. That's what I'm saying. So liking Shakur or liking Shakur is one thing. Oh, I like him. I'm gonna watch this kid. That's different. But not liking him, like I ain't messing with him. Hating him is different. Hate pays, like I said. Muhammad Ali hated, got paid big. Floyd Mayweather hated even more, got paid even bigger. I'm just telling you that when you're like that. But let's just assess what went down a little bit. So I think Andrade, I guess he comes out, he fights pretty good in the first couple of rounds, keeping out of harm's way. But he just couldn't fight and sustain that type of action throughout the whole fight. Finally get called up to, and just couldn't take this guy's just way too big for him. They tried to switch it up, and they actually tried to mention this early. That Benavidez, like the older Benavidez, was actually getting pieced up, and they were just saying that Charlo was just so much bigger than him. Now, if anything, I think the David Benavidez fight, I think that showed the difference in size a lot more than the Charlo versus Benavidez fight. It showed a lot more, like, but it's not always the case though, because sometimes, because if we start using that narrative, if we start saying that because somebody's bigger, that's why they won, then you just diminish the greatness of today's fighters. Like I said, you had Sugar Ray Robinson that wanted to fight everybody. Sugar Ray Robinson wanted to smoke with heavyweights. He wanted to smoke with anybody. And didn't even like to fight. Now figure that one out. I don't like to fight, but I'm going to take the smoke with anybody. I'll fight you. Where your mom at? Your dad? I'll fight any of y'all. See, you talking about beast mode. That's straight up beast mode right there. But now we got to blame everything on now is, oh, weight bullying or he's bigger and all that. Man, stop it. Stop that. At one point we got to stop. I mean, when you could see the difference, like in this case, you might have been able to see the difference, then it's different. But if you don't see a difference, then you can't make up that it's different. Like the Regal fight, yeah, Regal, he's just a small guy. I mean, that's true. I mean, it's two ways to it. But what you can't do is you cannot just automatically make size the escape factor. You can't automatically just take that and make it an escape factor. When Roy Jones won the heavyweight championship, he was definitely the smaller guy. Sometimes the smaller guy is built different. Holyfield was the smaller guy in a lot of heavyweight cases. He was always the smaller guy. It took him a while to even get into the like the 210s, because he was like so close to 200. He was so close to 200 for the beginning of his career. But the mindset. I'm not gonna let you out. I'm not gonna let you bully me. I'm not gonna let you out strengthen me. Things of that nature. But everybody liked Holyfield too, though. And when everybody likes you, you know what I mean? Then everybody roots for you. You can make the money. I don't. You know what the whole thing about the whole Holyfield thing is? I don't think nobody actually ever really hated Holyfield. I don't think nobody really hated him. They didn't. I mean, a lot of times people didn't like they said that he would headbutt. A lot of people didn't like that. Oh, Holyfield headbutts. But even his name, they gave him the real deal. The real deal Holyfield. They gave him that name, like the real deal and all that. And so it was. I mean, he had a lot of cards, Olympics and all that. So he had all the cards going his way. Had everything going his way. So he was still able to generate a lot of money. And then people wanted to see Tyson lose, so he was like the monster destroyer, because all the bad press, all kinds of bad press. I'm not going to bring it up, but there's all kinds of bad press on Tyson and stuff. One of my friends, he was actually going for Holyfield. He said, yeah, I'm going for Holyfield, But he always went for, I don't know, he was from he was from New York, but for some reason he always was going against, I mean, he was always going against like Tyson or somebody, or he went against Lennox Lewis, because he was talking about Michael Grant at the time. Oh, Michael Grant, big and humble and shit. And Michael Grant he got slept. Yeah. Just watched Charles Burley versus Billy Smith. Oh, Burley is 160, Smith is 172. Yeah. So sometimes that whole, like I said, we got to take that. So we got to take that with a grain of salt. because a lot of times we get in these discussions. You go to somebody's chat, or somebody's forum, and everybody's just pouring in, or they just talking. Everybody's just pouring in about weight bullying, and somebody came in at this size and all that. Now, you can't just always just you can't just use that only. You got to have some kind of a skill set too. Now I'm gonna say like certain stuff like Amir Khan. Was it really his size all the time? Was it his size against Canelo? I think it was a combination. It was his speed was doing good. He was actually doing good in the fight. But it was his speed. I mean, not his speed, but it was his size and the BCD. The BCD that he possessed. And that's what got him in trouble. And a lot of times it was even like these some of these heavyweights and stuff. The way they get in trouble is because of that chin makeup. Because even remember, if you go back into the archives or whatever, you watch Mike Tyson came out, he was just putting everybody to sleep. Then he finally fought somebody he couldn't put to sleep. And I was one of the guys that took some of the most brutal shots from Tyson and kept getting up, which I didn't understand was not Bolta. God damn, his name started to sound like Bolta. Oh, sources say Robinson ducked Burley. I don't care. They can put any source they want to. I don't think he ducked anybody because everybody even knew him. But you just listen to what Gene said about it. You listen what Gene had said. And go back to the interview when Gene was talking about. He was talking about. He said, "Yeah, anything." He said, "Anything that Robinson hit you with." He said it hurt. He said, "I don't care what it was. All his punches hurt when he hit you. Jab, everything. Everything he put on you." And there he is up there putting somebody halfway across the look. He put somebody halfway across the ring. Look how far he fell. You see that up on the screen. Look how far. Watch that left. How far across the ring did he go? Just think about it. They had to move the camera. Look. He's not even in the frame. Watch. After he gets hit, he's not even in the frame. That's how far he knocked. Look. Get your ass out of here. Okay, he was a ducker. Okay, I'm not even gonna fight. I ain't gonna argue with nobody about that. He ducked. He did it smart. If he did duck. Yeah. Sam Langford was ducked a lot of times. People say it. Everybody was ducked. I guarantee you that Jack Johnson probably was ducked. I guarantee you when they talk about the Ketchels and all that, the Langfords and all that, there might have been some maneuvering. I'm not gonna say it's duck like today. Duck today is Canelo. That's duck today because now you got more. You don't just have old media telling you to get your ass out there and fight. Now you got new media now. You got fans. You got everybody hollering. You get your ass out there and fight. So even back in those days, a lot of times they wouldn't let this. Like you got to realize when it came to Sugar Ray Robinson, that there's so many fights that they probably cut the film off and burnt the film, or just put it back in the archives because they are starting to pull up some of his older fights. They're starting to pull some of them up. You know what I mean? Because it's also time periods. A lot of times it's time periods. And so we don't get the fights that we're supposed to get, but we get to, if you listen to the narrative of how even the commentators would talk about good guy, bad guy. When it was Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, it was good guy, bad guy. You know what I mean? Once Muhammad Ali changed his name from the beautiful name of Clay, before when he changed it, I don't know why he changed it to Ali over Clay. But anyway, that's what we still call him Ali. I don't call him Clay. I like to call him Clay. I like to call him Clay because I respect Clay. But the person I would have respected him more, but I respect Clay. But even back then they was always talking about like a good guy versus a bad guy. So even when there was George Foreman versus Frazier, Frazier was the more or less he was the good guy because nobody liked Foreman that much. Everybody liked him at first, but then once he started brutalizing like the greats, because when he brutalized, I mean, Frazier, Norton, just so many of them, and then that Ron Lyle fight, they was just fighting. They was just fighting, you know, heels, heels to the butt. And there, they was just, uh, most people took that kind of punishment just in that fight alone. Would end their career, just that alone. Yep. So to say, Robinson wanted to Trip was. And I got to go back into the chat. Trip was person in this fight against Burley. Then it was canceled. Yeah, he was about the one thing I can say about him. He had that, but you know what? He had the entourage before anybody else had an entourage too, though. So he's about that money. I can see that. Maybe that was it. Because he was one of the ones that first that started getting the money. Johnson got his money too, though. People don't know that Jack Johnson got his money. If you look back and see that he was riding around in sports cars and everything else, but nobody else, people didn't even have cars, and he was rolling around in sports cars. Johnson was. And messing with white girls. So he was doing all kinds of stuff back then. Yeah, but we got to have and I think that element is Gil. I think that element is what we probably been overlooking. Is we have not been matching up good guy, bad guy. We've been matching up like neutral type of guys. Like this guy, we like him. We like. Well, you had a crowd that like this guy and got a crowd that like this guy. And so both crowds don't dislike the other guy. They'll talk shit about him, but they didn't just like completely dislike him. We need to have that person where people actually hate. Because even at this point, people don't even hate Canelo. They just don't like him, so they're not going to probably deal with it. But you have probably some people that hate him, but for the most part, you don't have people that actually hate him. Like, oh, I hate him. You don't have people that hate him like that. And that's what we need. We need, we need a fighter just hated, like hate, like Canelo. If Canelo was hated, there'd be more money at 168. If he was like totally just like hated. I'm not saying nobody hates him, but I'm saying there's like people that just don't like him no more. Like, oh, you're just a punk. Man, you're weak. There's people that don't like him, but he's not just hated. And that's our whole thing. Is to, get these guys to fight that are hated. Because that's going to save the money. We don't have nobody that wants to be the wise guy, the bad guy. Even when Mayweather fought the MMA fighter, Conor McGregor, when he fought him, he was making people hate him. All the fans in England hate him. Because one thing you say is he's pretty, I'm not saying he's the best salesman, he's a pretty good seller. Because remember when he fought Hatton? Even the commentators was trying to give the fight to Hatton a little bit. But you had Emmanuel Stewart there. So Emmanuel Stewart, he's kind of cleaning up he was telling what was going on and calling the punches. Because when Mayweather finally caught him with that check hook over in that right corner, that was it. Manny was the one called it. Oh, it was a check hook. He wasn't looking. He was just coming in, disrespectful, whatever, and he got caught. But Mayweather, my point is Mayweather made himself like the most hated. He claims everything, and then even afterwards, he's so boastful, because he was telling Hatton that I'm the lion up in here. I'm the lion, and he's just doing everything to make their. Just think about it. If somebody hates you so much, they like their guy so much, but they hate you so much that they fly that many miles to see you get whooped and you don't get whooped. Yeah, you said sources say Robert it was hard to negotiate with, so it might have been a duck. I don't know. It was a duck. It was a different type of duck. If it was, it wasn't no. He would definitely fight. I think, just for me knowing just things I heard and seen about him, he'll fight anybody. Anybody can just go start dancing and come back fighting. I mean, he'll fight anybody. I don't think it might have been though. I think Haney is trying to become that type of a fighter you're describing. He should. Don't. I mean, Haney could do it, but he can't be like all sarcastic and shit. You know what I mean? Just don't. You know, he's trying to clown, but he needs to. Maybe he needs to be at 140. We got to see what he does at 140. I think he beats up Regis though, because he's just better. He's just a better boxer. Regis is going. I don't think Regis is probably is already messing up his game plan. Regis' game plan is to try to land something big on Haney. He's not even. He's not even. I don't think he's going to be prepared to, like, box or counter. He's just trying to knock Haney out. This is, I don't know. That's not going to go. I don't think it's not going to go good. It's not going to go good for him, Gil. It just ain't going to go good. And who's in here with you, man? Why you guys ain't saying that, man? Don't let Gil scare y'all. Whoever came through. I keep seeing y'all the numbers popping up, going up and down. So I know y'all up in here. Y'all just don't want to say nothing. And plus, Gil don't even throw people out like that. Haven't seen Derek. I haven't seen Sir Flame. I like Sir Flame. Sir Flame be cracking me up. Because one thing about Sir Flame, when he come in there, and I've mentioned my mods and stuff a lot of times when I come in here. You got Regis? Nah, he gonna lose, yo. He's not coming over to Haney's town and win, man. I think he got to knock Haney out. I don't think that's gonna happen. And I don't think he's gonna outbox him. So I'm gonna stick with Haney. But yeah, like I said, I talk about my mods all the time. I talk about Gail, I talk about Derek, I talk about Lala D, I talk about Yao Sir, a few other people, Ryan. Talk about Ryan O'Rourke, talk about Derek Bailey, talk about Gail, and a few other people that I talk about. But some of them I don't see, like Jay Brown and them. I don't see them all the time. But yeah, Michael Johnson, Boxer Talk, see him. I go see him sometime. I go look at his videos or whatever. But yeah, I talk about the guys. I think I got a relationship to learning about what the guys and people that come in here do. A lot of people don't get to do that because they got so many people that come through. They don't get to know all of them. All they get to know is the big spenders, the people that's giving them the most donations or something like that. I don't really rely. I don't care. It's good to have some internet money because you're spending it, but I don't really trip about that on here. I work, so I don't really trip about that kind of stuff on here. Some people do, but I don't. Yeah, but the thing about it is a lot of my guys, they go like me and Sir Flame. We got stuff in common. Me and you got stuff in common. Me and Derek, we all got a few things in common. Sir Flame, he's not, he ain't here, but he cracked me up. We was talking about, how I was talking about how there's always some old dude in your neighborhood that everybody respects. They don't mess with him because they know the outcome, but they just don't mess with him. They know he crazy, and he will put hands on you. And I think Sir said, he said, yeah, some old man got him once. And I was cracking up. I said, yep. And so I know we got something in common because you got, he's like, he should have been from Missouri because he's like, you got to show me, because he on that, you got to show me type of stuff all the time. And me now, I'm not on that, you got to show me, because you ain't got to show me nothing. I just stay in my lane. You ain't got to show me nothing. When I was younger, you had to show me. I don't even believe that shit. You got to show me. I was always on that, you got to show me stuff. But you can't be on that. You got to show me stuff all the time. Sometimes you got to be like, okay, you got it, killer, because killer don't play. And so yeah, so you got to be on that. So he was cracking me up when he said that though. He said, yeah, some old dude got him once. It's like, yeah. So you got to be careful with people, man. You can't just assume that people is the same, man. I was listening. Now this is crazy, because I was listening to this guy. I don't even try to remember. I don't even try to remember people's name like this. You might even know who he is. But he a Midwestern guy. But they used to hire him to put the merc on people. That's what they hired him for. They used to hire him to put the merc on people. And the crazy part about it is, because that was his job, that he don't feel no kind of remorse for it, because it's, oh, that's what I was getting hired for. That's what they hired for me. They hired me to put the merc on. But the thing is, you can only see emotion in his eyes is when he talks about, it was one guy that wasn't supposed to get hit, and that's the only time he gets a little emotional. You could tell that it really bothers him. But for other people, it's like, if it was a job, then I murked him. That was my job. And he did, and he has, his body's full of holes too. But he made it out of it. But that was his job. He said, that's what I do. And this is an older dude. So this is nothing where these guys thinking all this gunplay and all this stuff, and they taking, they murking innocents. Well, at least this guy was, I mean, it's not good, but at least he was offing people that he was getting paid to off because of certain situations. Whereas out there on the street, innocents get it. I'm on TikTok right now listening to this story that they going to court over right now, 2010. And the grandmother right now is up crying. And she's asking why the cop, I don't mention no names about the case or nothing like that, but anyway, she's asking the cop, why did you shoot my grandbaby? Because he's trying to say that the lady came at him, but at the same time, the lady's saying that she didn't come at him, that he just, as soon as he opened up the door, he started shooting. Come on, man. If you have, like, cops can be good for stuff, but you cannot, I don't care who you are as a cop or whatever, you can't come into a place where there's not 100% all hostiles and just come in shooting by yourself. Just come in shooting. I'm just come in and you got fire raging as soon as you walk in. It don't work like that. And like I said, I put myself out there before. I told you guys about it, that like the time that I was, when this kid was in Jersey, they was trying to hand him up, and I just grabbed him like, nah, man, I got him, and took him on out the place. It's like, man, because they just wanted to put work in. And I don't like to have that. I don't like to see that to where I'm thinking that's the only reason that you're doing this is because you're trying to get work in on somebody. Nah, we can't have that. We got to do better as a people. We got to do better as a society, all that. You can't just put work in on everybody. You get this work in on them. No, it doesn't work like that. You don't just put the work in on somebody like that. But Reeds, we'll talk more about that, coming up. Matter of fact, is this weekend or next weekend, right? I forgot when it was. Now I gotta look it up, just in case you're not there. Let me see. see. Okay, so they got the zone already. Live. Okay. San Francisco. Yeah, but we're gonna see how it goes. Let me see. Now, once I go back in there, you probably already got the date and stuff up. Okay, where we at? Okay, let's talk about tickets. Okay, so we can still got another week. Yeah, so we got another week for it. See, I got to work, man. I don't know. I don't know how I can get in there. I don't know. Maybe I get some time and just go on over there anyway. We'll see. I don't know exactly. Yeah, yeah. This next weekend, yeah. Oh, so you got about 15. Oh, 15 to build this weekend. Yeah, 15. You finish it in one. You finish it in one at one go. How you get all your stocks and everything? How much do you have to fabricate out of everything you do? How much are you actually fabricating yourself? You fabricating the whole whole barrel setup, or you have to get parts, or that's interesting, man. I'd like to see you work one day, man. That's cool. That's cool, man. Yeah, make me a fitty. Yeah, get me a fitty made. How much it costs to get me a fitty? Man, please, I get a fitty over here, I'll be in handcuffs so quick. You believe that, Gil? We can't have fitties over here? Yeah, fitties are different than the one I used to use. Yeah. Yeah. The one I use in like the one in you use in the army, man, that's crazy because they used to they have stories about it where they saying that fitty it don't even have to hit you and take you out. Just the air that it brings, just the air that it brings behind it can, blow your arm off without even touching you. Yeah. Yeah. But old Reeves was talking about he's talking about Devin Haney, how he lost and paid to get the loss of race and all that. Yeah. But I don't know about that. These guys just talk too much. We just need to, like I said, what we need to do uh, is we need to get a bad guy and a good guy. So even with this Reeves fight, this Regis Prograde versus Haney, it's not. I don't know. They're both okay guys. Reeves can be not liked. Haney can be not liked. So it's just I'm gonna stick with what I said earlier because there goes the numbers right there. When you got two that can be liked or not liked, not necessarily loved. But the one thing I can say about it is that at least so Haney's fighting close to his home. So the gate he's gonna have he's probably gonna have like he's gonna have a lot of he's gonna have a lot of support. Yep. You say I got time after the show. What today? I got a little bit of time. I don't have like a lot of time, but yeah, I got a little bit of time. I just gotta shoot. I gotta do some. I gotta do some photos and stuff. Since I just got this stuff in, I just got my supplies, so I just gotta do. I gotta do I gotta do a photo and stuff. Some photos, and then I gotta start. I gotta start getting ready to get up out of here. Yeah, but I got a little bit of time. Yep, a little bit. Yep. I'm just thinking, man. I got some of my little guys is moving out the neighborhood, man. My little bad boys, man, they moving. And I didn't even know they was moving. I'm like, oh, my bad boys is moving out of here, man. Yeah. Shit, I need to see the suit. I'm gonna start getting ready. I don't know. I'm thinking about going to the another bay. I looked yesterday, but I didn't like I didn't like the situation, so I'll look again. I'll find out. Yeah, I kind of want to get out of here. I want to leave. Is when you start going in like here, you start going into like the winter and all that. It's harder to move in the winter. I mean, it's just you don't want to because of the either the snow or the rain or something like that. It's just you always wait until like spring. Yeah, but who knows? I might get out. I might get out of here because I heard somebody else wants to move. I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna have no neighbors left. I'm not gonna have no neighbors left that I actually do stuff with or talk to. I don't, cause I don't really mess with. I got nosy neighbors over here. I don't. I got people that worry that always talk about, oh, this nice car or something. I just shut up. I told her it's just a car. There's always wanting to say something. Oh, you got a car? Whatever it is. Like, lady, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing from you. If I got a car or whatever, it don't matter. Just stop talking to me. If that's all you're gonna talk to me, if you can't say hi first, that's one thing. That's I don't know if this is considered a pet peeve or not. That's one thing I don't like, Gil. I don't like when if I'm talking to people. Like if you say something to me and your first thing is to talk about something that I possess, then I don't know. That kind of puts me down on what you really got to say. I don't. I'll still give you a chance because I'm waiting for some other words. But if you just all you're talking about, oh, nice this, nice that, now, say hi, say hello first before you start nicing up everything. Oh, that's so nice, yeah. Because I, because I'm a I'm a monster sometimes, and I can be rude and sarcastic if I have to. Okay, I'll hit you up at the show. All right, brother. Yep. Yeah, but I'm about to end. I'm gonna end. I'm gonna end in a little bit though, cause I was waiting. I guess Lala D's scared. She wants to. Maybe she's. That's Lala D that keep coming and popping in and out. That's Lala D. She keep coming in. Oh no, Gil's right there. I don't want to say. I don't want to say nothing to Eagle because Gil's right there. She gonna have to come back sooner or later. She gonna come back after the heat, like when I'm not talking about Reeds that much anymore. I mean not Reeds, but when I ain't talking about her boy, Boo Boo and Shakur. She had kind of two bad outings at the same time. She had a bad outing with Shakur. She had a bad outing with Boo Boo at the same time. But I backed up her bet. I'll back y'all up sometime. Like I said, I don't care. It's about y'all. Before sometimes it's about y'all before it is even about the fighter. Sometimes it's about y'all. I don't care. I'll go with somebody. Like yeah, I'll go with Deontay Wilder fighting Tyson Fury, knowing he probably because he's not gonna do anything that I think he should do. But right now, Wilder looks. If he does what he's doing, I like the fact that they must have listened to somebody. Because it looked like he's firing off faster than I've ever seen him fire off shots. And if he can fire off shots like that, and then, just like I said, for him, he's only 2 inches shorter, and I think he has a pretty good reach too. But for him, it's so for me, I can see it being too simple for me. It's just take that damn jab away. Tyson Fury don't have shit else. All he has is his illegal elbows and everything else. If you take the jab away, that's all he got is illegal elbows and stuff. Anyway, somebody's gonna listen to me one of these times. Yeah, Gail said I've been waiting patiently for Lala D. I don't know. Lala D ain't gonna try. She ain't trying to show up. She ain't trying to show up though. This Wednesday, so Friday. I don't know what time I got. I think I might have to work all day. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll let y'all know. And then I can pull up these fights. We talk more about these fights coming in. Talk about these fights that's coming up. But anyway, let me get out of here, man, because I got a lot I got to go do. It's getting late. So anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. It's Wednesday. Eagles wear boxing all the time, every time. It's nothing but blessings. Y'all can't make it be nothing else. That's right, Gail. I'm going to catch y'all. Thanks for coming by, Gail. Nobody wanted to show up nobody wanted to show up or either come down and get any heat from Gail. Not even y'all sir. I'm surprised because if y'all sir was here, he would have dropped down. Yeah, he commented on my. Yeah, he commented saying that I told you and Lala D. Yeah, he was. You know how your boy is. So he had to say something. Yeah, Igor told you listening to Lala D. Yeah, I listen to y'all every once in a while, man. It ain't no sweat off my back. It's just a little, just a little, wager. Just like a little bet. I wouldn't have bet no money, but that's different. All right.